In this film, Oğuz Atay is at your age. Do you want to be friends with him? Friends, I am Oğuz Atay. I am one of the most well-known and read writers in Turkish literature, famous for my unique writing technique and the characters I create. Would you like to know me better? I was born in 1934 in İnebolu district of Kastamonu. My father's name is Cemil and my mother's name is Muazzez. My father was a lawyer who also served as a judge. My preschool years were spent in İnebolu and Kastamonu due to my father's duties. My mother was a primary school teacher. He took a close interest in my education. He taught me to read and write before even started school. We used to play grammar-based games with my mother all the time at home. Thanks to these games, which are based on using our Turkish well, examining sentences and reading words, my language skills have also improved considerably. My mother was closely interested in art and literature. She loved listening to music, reading books and movies. I also became interested in art and literature at a young age. You know that being interested in art and literature nourishes, enlarges, and strengthens the emotional side of people. Thanks to this, my emotional side started to develop. I had a disease when I was young. Maybe because of this, I was a little introverted child. I think this situation continued until I started high school. I liked to be by myself. I would find activities that I could do on my own, and I would create and play games that I could play by myself. I also loved listening to the radio in my childhood. Back then, there were programs for children on the radio. I would listen to the stories, narratives, and memories told here with great enthusiasm and visualize them in my mind. When I was 5 years old, we moved to Ankara because my father was elected as a member of parliament. Due to this duty of my father, which lasted about 11 years, I went to primary, secondary and high school in Ankara. My school years were the years when my interest in reading increased, especially after I started middle school. I read almost everything I could get my hands on, including books of our neighbours and friends. In my high school years, painting and theatre were added to my passion for reading. I was drawing in my own way, drawing caricatures in school journal and taking roles in school plays. In high school, my art teacher told me that I could paint well, that I could go to the Academy of Fine Arts, so that I could become a good painter in the future. Under the influence of what I heard, I told my family that I wanted to go and study fine arts. However, my father did not accept my request because he wanted me to be an engineer. For this reason, I entered Istanbul Technical University, Faculty of Civil Engineering in 1951 and graduated from here. After working in various jobs, I started to work as a faculty member at the Istanbul State Academy of Engineering and Architecture, later named Yıldız Technical University in 1960. On the one hand, I was writing scientific articles and books and giving lectures to students at school. On the other hand, I kept my interest in literature and was constantly writing. The first novel I wrote was autobiographical Tutunamayanlar. You know, autobiographical works are works written by the author, inspired by his own life story. Tutunamayanlar novel is also a work that bears traces of my own life. The novel, which has more than 100 prints today, won the TRT Novel Award in 1970. Afterwards, I have written novels, stories and plays such as Tehlikeli Oyunlar, Korkuyu Beklerken, Oyunlarla Yaşayanlar, Bir Bilim Adamının Romanı that have been published dozens of times today. My biggest fear throughout my life was not being understood. I think this fear has a role in my being an introvert. I wanted to express myself by writing constantly in the hope that people would understand me in this way. My writings had an unusual writing technique and content. other than the common ones at that time. Maybe that's why I felt a bit strange by the reader at first, and I couldn't find the attention I expected. It was a bit of a disappointment for me. I always ask the readers, "I am here. Dear reader, where are you?" But over the years, my readers have increased. People are starting to understand me. My books have been reprinted dozens of times. Today, I am one of the most read and recognized authors of Turkish literature. Dear reader, if you also understand and know me, say, "I am here too." All you have to do is read my books and keep me alive by telling your friends about the parts you love.